Hello everyone, this is IS303. We're going to take a look at your very first case, which is the pub. What is the pub? As you read through the case, of course, it is basically a bar on campus whose main customers are the students. It's part of Mount Allison University, located in Sackville, New Brunswick, Canada. It's overseen by a board from the university, and it's run by Jonathan Scooter Clark. So you need to take a look at the current situation for the pub. They've had some past financial problems. They're planning on moving to a new location. Students are their primary customers. Now this in itself can present some problems. Students are price sensitive. They're fickle, there's not very much loyalty, and they'll quickly move to another bar if it's more appealing. Also, a couple of things have changed. There's trends of less money being spent on alcohol, more money being spent on food. There's also trends of other bars in the area offering entertainment. So the pub plans to move from the student union to the new university center. It is a nonprofit. Its goal is to serve as a social gathering place for students. It has strong support from the school administration, and once they get moved, they could become a dance bar or offer some other type of entertainment. Now in this case, you're going to learn how to do a Porter's 5 forces analysis. There's a link in the discussion instructions that will take you to an outside website, an article that explains how to do Porter's 5 forces analysis. And you're basically going to be looking at the threat of new entrants, which would be like someone opening a new bar in the area. It would be a new establishment within the drinking industry. You have the threat of substitutes. That would be a new establishment outside of the drinking industry that would provide an alternative to the students, like maybe a new movie theater. You have the bargaining power of your suppliers. You have the bargaining power of your buyers, which is your customers or consumers. And then you have a competitive rivalry within the industry. So that's the 5 forces that you'll be looking at. And you're going to perform the analysis, and then you're going to figure out which of these options poses the greatest threat to the pub. Is it suppliers? Is it the buyers, consumers? Is it substitutes? Is it new entrants? Or is it rivalry? And of course, you'll need to be familiar with the facts of the case. Then you're going to perform a SWOT analysis. There's also a link in the discussion instructions that takes you to Quick MBA website, a section of that website that explains how you do a SWOT analysis. Since this is your first case, I thought we would just kind of help you get a start on this. So looking at the pub, they have some strengths. They have a unique culture, a very experienced manager. They have existing partnerships with various campus groups. They have the lowest beverage prices, and they have a membership base. But they have some weaknesses as well. They have a history of financial losses, a high manager's salary. The summer manager has irregular hours. The membership benefits that they offer are actually hurting their profits. They have outdated facilities. They have a very narrow target market, and they have no real decision-making power. Now, there's some opportunities. both where they are and once they move. There's increased spending on food and entertainment that they can try to take advantage of. Of course, the students are looking for a place to drink and socialize. The university has an increased undergrad enrollment. And there's an opportunity for conference attendees. Now they have some threats. They can't advertise. There is a trend of decreasing spending on alcohol. There's an increasing responsible drinking effort. There are minimum wage regulations. There are many substitutes in the area, and it's a relatively small market size. So you're going to do a SWOT analysis for the pub. And this graphic here can help you to figure out what goes where. Remember that your strengths are things that are helpful, but they're internal attributes to the organization. They're not coming from the external environment. Weaknesses are harmful to the pub achieving their objectives. They too are internal attributes of the organization. Now, opportunities are helpful, but these are attributes of the environment. These are outside things. Threats are harmful, and they too are outside. For example, someone opening a new bar with the latest, greatest dance floor, live entertainment, whatever, that would not be a weakness. That's not an internal attribute. That would be a threat because it's in the external environment. So this graphic will help you keep straight what are strengths versus opportunities and what are weaknesses versus threats. But you'll do your SWOT analysis of the pub, and then based on that analysis, you're going to choose which option you think the pub should pursue. A, close the pub down. B, establish partnerships with local competitors. C, maintain the status quo. Or D, enhance their business model. So let's take a look at your, specifically at your questions. Question 1 is, as I said, conduct the 5 forces analysis of the drinking places industry in which the pub operates, and choose which of the 5 forces poses the greatest threat and tell me why. Now you will use the structured white space format, so your answer will have 2 parts. You'll state your claim as a complete sentence, and then you will start a new line and support your choice starting with the word because. And you can look at the FAQ document, how to do individual case analysis or how to do team case analysis. Either one has good examples of the structured white space format. All right, question 2, of course, is going to be to conduct the SWOT analysis for the pub's current location. Again, that link is in the instructions on the discussion board that will take you to the Quick MBA website to show you how to do that exactly. You're going to want to do this for the current location, but then you're also going to want to look at how this would change, if any of it would change once the pub moves to its new location. Is it now well positioned to take advantage of any opportunities available and minimize the threats? Will it be better positioned to do that once they move? So after you have done the analysis, and this says after your team, you will do this first as an individual, then you will do it as a team. You will choose which of these 4 possible options you think the pub should pursue. And again, here are your 4 options. And then, of course, you need to support that choice. You need to use facts from the case, principles and concepts from the text to convince me that the choice you made was the best choice. And again, you'll use the structured white space format. That's the only 2 questions for this case. Discussion and questions. We will have the virtual class meeting or Q&A session. Check your schedule for the date on that. And if possible, plan to be there. This will be your opportunity to ask any questions about the case or how to answer the questions. So I hope to see everyone at the meeting. Thanks.